Effective tomorrow morning, the entire government will be shut down until further notice.
Shut it down. Shut it down yesterday. Turn off the lights, save the money, send everybody home, and never open it again. I love a good government shutdown. I don't know about you guys, but like, I thrive on government shutdowns. I love the seething, just loss of emotional control that the left side of the aisle, who worships at the altar of government, experiences and puts out there when the government threatens to shut down. I mean, I'm talking like, this is to me like fireworks on the 4th of July.
The government is shut down. It's in every newspaper.
How long is it going to last?
If we're lucky, this building will be empty for months.
This video was brought to you by Medical Gear Outfitters. They are my go-to stop for all things medical. It doesn't matter whether you need something that just holds a bunch of Band-Aids and maybe some aspirin or something like that, or if you need an actual trauma kit. If you don't have a trauma kit in your house or in your vehicle, then I highly suggest that you go check our people out at Medical Gear Outfitters, and they offer all of you a discount. You can find all of that information over at the affiliates page in all the relevant places, and use that to great effect. Now, personally, I do not identify as a Republican, although I find myself voting with them quite often. And usually, when we talk about government shutdowns, which they aren't really shutting down the vital parts of government. Usually what they do is they like send home like the park people or whatever, because that's a highly visible thing that impacts like your average citizen. But I guarantee the majority of you, unless you're a leech that works for the government, most of you are not going to notice it. And they'll do things like not pay the contractors to go pick up the trash and things like that. It's a political stunt. However, most of the time when it comes to shutting down the government, shall we say, Republicans typically get blamed for it. They are the ones that usually receive the political fallout. If that's something that you pay attention to, it's not something that I pay attention to. And I'm saying, go right on ahead and do it. Now, this time is a little bit different. While I feel like probably both sides are going to share in the ire of anybody who actually cares about this. Most people, again, are going to go through this weekend after the government gets shut down, hopefully, fingers crossed. They won't even know that it's shut down. But the political fallout from doing that sort of thing usually rests on the shoulders of the Republicans. Although this time around, the platform is literally stop spending money. And what better way to stop spending money than to literally stop sending the checks temporarily? Because ultimately, if you talk about the vital parts of government, like the people who have to like guard the military bases and fly missions and all that sort of stuff over the weekend, they're still on duty and they're still going to get paid. They just won't get their checks for multiple weeks. I love that one clip of the one woman that was being interviewed, and she says that whenever the government it shuts down, it shakes your commitment to federal employment.
Concluded that shutdowns are a political loser and has been trying to avoid them.
This fiscal year, a shutdown has been averted 3 times. The first, followed by the historic resignation of former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
Has the possibility of government shutdowns ever made you consider leaving your work in the federal government altogether?
Yeah, every time we're faced with the threat of a shutdown, it makes you question your dedication to federal employment.
That's exactly what we want. That sounds like we ought to have one of those about every other week, and maybe we could get rid of some of these people.
About my job, I want you to tell me I'm good at what I do.
You're obviously good at what you do.
Well, then why are you always ripping on me?
Oh, I understand the confusion. Now, I have never said that you are not good at what you do. It's just that what you do is not worth doing.
It's nicer than anything he's ever said to me. I'd take it and run.
Now, the narrative is substantially different, because if you shut the government down now, the question then becomes, well, if this person didn't have to show up for, I don't know, the longest shutdown I think was like something around like 30 days or something like that. Let's just say that it goes on for 30 days or even longer. If this person was not required to show up to work for X amount of days, are they necessary to have a job, period? Is that just a big old green light for Elon to come in and be like, that person, that whole department over there, we'll keep that one, but all of you over there, bye-bye.
Chris said that you just had to, tinker with things.
Yeah, he said that because that sounds a lot better than we're going to gut it with a machete. Okay?
So what would traditionally be seen as a black mark on the record of Republicans or people on the right, or however you want to say it, although I think that stuff only matters within the Beltway. The rest of us are kind of sitting here like, right? What would typically be seen as a black mark by those people is now kind of like the thing that we want to do. And I have to say that this is masterful, because what we have now created is a situation where the orange man cannot lose. Either you shut it down and then thus identify like basically everything in a couple days that needs to just be clawed out with an axe, or you give the man his agenda. Which way do you go? I don't know, but it's fun to watch. I think that this is a win-win across the board, regardless of what happens, and I am here to solicit your help in spreading the good news of shutting the government down, barring the gates, and nailing it shut. Follow me over on X and quote tweet the one that's on the top, shut it down, and when they come back, we've got our next hit list. It sounds great to me. Now, the only caveat that I will add there is that the risk there of shutting it down risks momentum. Now, I don't think that the current team that is present is going to be fazed by that much, because most of those people are there for the purposes of doing the job, not because they absolutely need the paycheck. And I would say that I'm pretty sure that regardless of whether or not Elon gets to draw a paycheck, I'm pretty sure that he's going to continue to do what he's doing. Just saying. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. And hopefully we will hear something from the Department of Justice and the president today, because he is going to visit Pam Bondi over at the Department of Justice, and they will be discussing what is going on, and on multiple fronts, but likely that Second Amendment executive order. And I'm sure that if they have something cool to announce, Trump is never shy about flaunting his achievements, so to speak. So hopefully we'll see you guys this afternoon sometime. And if not, then hopefully we'll see you guys on another video here at the VSO Gun Channel here pretty soon.